That is what it is. I'm taking care of me. I'm making this noise be reduced. And the other way to think of that is some of these comments. Thank you for commenting. And if you are on that video, this is a follow-up video to the noisy neighbor complaint and what you should do if this happens to you. So if you're Googling that or if you're searching that on YouTube, chances are you have a very noisy neighbor. Sorry about that. Thank you for giving this video a try. Not this one, but the other one that a lot of people have watched. And I want to clarify a few things. What do some people kind of think first off? Number one, I want to dispel the idea that like some people would never respond to being nice to a neighbor. I would never be nice to them. I can't change you from that. If you're not open to the idea of like reaching out and learning about that neighbor and saying hello and saying like something, I mean, I could give you ideas, but I don't know your situation. That's the thing, is that video was about a situation that applied to me and that also kind of applied to one of the residents I had at one of the communities I managed. And I offered it to that resident and he tried it and he said, hey, thanks for telling me about that. It actually worked. That approach did make that person kind of see my point of view, and it brought us closer together. The cops were not called anymore and they understood. This follow-up video is going to address a couple of things. Number one, some of you have commented that it's a child running around above you or next to you in your community that is keeping you up at night, or you think it's very loud. I have that problem too. I literally have that problem too. And you know what? My upstairs neighbor is a close friend now. And I know for a fact that like she puts her kids to bed at a pretty early hour. It sounds really crazy loud until 9, 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock sometimes. And then after 10 o'clock, I mean, kids are going to bed. And she's really late. Like she is wild. She lets her kids stay up until they basically pass out. They just conk out. 99% of people who have these young kids under like 6 years old, they have a really strict bedtime. So don't get your panties in a bunch if you hear bang bang, kids jumping off the couch, kids jumping off the bed, playing their little basketball hoop. Like if I could turn the camera around, you'd see I have a little basketball goal. And kids want to play those things. And yes, it is very loud. But most of the time, kids have a bedtime of like, all right, if it's 8 o'clock p.m., we're winding down. 9 o'clock p.m., there's music on. That's like sleepy music. We're picking out books for bedtime. So don't go banging on your upstairs neighbor's ceiling if it's 8 o'clock at night and you know that there are little kids there. You just gotta suck that up. You just do. Now, the main point of the video that I made was if there's somebody who is playing music loud that you've never communicated with, or the guy in my video, he was playing video games and talking on a headset to his friends really loud, blah, 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 blah. I got him. Let's go into that other room. Let's get him. Oh, come on, get him. Use the grenade launcher. That kind of thing. That's not a kid. That could go on all night. And the reason I made the video was that my first reaction was anger, rage, violence. I want to fight. And my second reaction was, I believe that history in every realm of the human experience has taught us that when we come at people with our guards up and our offenses or defenses up, that they're going to do the same thing. And then we'll simply see who wins. So the point of that video was to put forth an offering of what's up, how are you, and see if the niceness can win, to try it. So thank you so much for the people who have tried that. I know it doesn't always like work. Now in my point of view, I would say it didn't work that time. I'll try again. Next time I'll make a freaking plate of cookies, carry the cookies up there and say, hey, we have too many cookies. Do you want some of these? And work on it. It might take like 2 or 3 attempts of doing things like that. Silly things. You may not feel like it's like this person has been driving me crazy, and the last thing I want to do is be nice to them. But in general, in life, that might take you a little bit farther and get you more comfort than saying like, I'm gonna call the police over and over again, and I'm gonna bang on your ceiling. Bah, bah, bah. It just makes people hate you. And if you're the one who's upstairs and somebody's banging on your ceiling, and you're gonna find some way that you're justified to have that party. It's Friday night, it's Saturday night, or I'm not being loud, deal with it, suck it up. Well, if you're calling on a reason to fight you, you're gonna get a reason to fight you. And so just look for if there is any way to bring in the human element and relate in that way. And the stronger you are, look at it, look at this. My biceps used to be a lot bigger, but just imagine like an emoji strength thing that's really strong. The stronger you are, the more times you can do that, and eventually you'll probably get your way. And if not, damn, you'll sleep pretty good knowing that you tried like a freaking hero. And the other thing is earplugs. I should have opened this with the earplugs. Back from college, I had problems with noisy neighbors, and there are foam earplugs. Wait right there. I'm gonna get the example. This amazing earplug company, Max, has sent us like a bunch of earplugs that you can try. If you leave a comment and say that you'd like to try the Max earplugs, or just go to a store and get them so you don't have to wait for shipping and send me your address and send all that stuff so I can send them to you. But we are offering a free pair of these earplugs. So just a minute. Enjoy a wonderful picture that my son has made of an apple right there. I'll be right back. We have all these earplugs to give away. These are from Max. We have Max. That's not M-A-X, it's M-A-C-K apostrophe S, like old Mac. Mac gave these to us. Now the original ones I find are amazing. I'll give you a little instructional about squishing them down. You take them out of the pack, you squish it down really small, put it in your ear, not till it hurts. You don't want to damage your eardrum, for God's sake. But you push it in there and then let go of it, and then slowly you feel it like expanding again, and the noise starts to go away. Those are the original ones. The sound rating is very significant. Let's see, what are these sound rated as? 32 decibels. So these will take any noise that you're getting and they will basically reduce it by 32 decibels. I believe I'm explaining that right. These are the Dream Girl earplugs. I guess these ones are pink, but they still have a rating of over 30, and that's what you want. You want something over 30 because that means it's reducing it by that much. So we'd love to send you some of these. Actually, I'd love to send you some of these if you comment or direct message and say that you're interested in getting a pair, but it would be a much easier thing for not just apartments if you just went to the store and looked for these earplugs. Now these are 30, the Dream Girl are only 30, so the Max regular are probably gonna reduce the sound even more. So try that, but they're not bad. I really got used to these. The maximum strength is a sound decibel reduction of 33. Those are really good. And the thing is, you still might be able to hear some things, but it's going to be like this it's almost like this, the overriding thing that you hear is like this soft hush. And it shows, I believe in like the energy that it took to put them in actually means I'm going to solve my problem with these things. I'm no longer blaming whatever my plight is on someone else and dwelling on that. I'm saying that is what it is. I'm taking care of me. I'm making this noise be reduced. And the other way to think of that is, what's right in the world? Am I right, or is somebody else right? And I would like to dwell on the fact that I am right, and that person sucks, and I would like to keep thinking about how much they suck. Well, my perspective is, if you have tried, if you have done like the explanation in the first video and tried to reach out in some way, if any way possible, and you're not putting yourself in danger with some kind of a anomaly that you really feel like this person will be a threat to you, not putting yourself in danger, you've tried that, and now you're like, well, some people just, they're from a point of view that just won't relate to that. I've tried, now I'm gonna just take care of myself. That is what it is. I'm gonna make my own sound go down by 33 freaking decibels with the maximum one, and get used to it. Now here's the thing to note. The first time I tried those, like the first night, I had to really get used to that sensation of those things like expanding, the foam expanding in your ear hole or ear canal, cavity. I don't know what the term is, but you feel the expansion. And at first it might feel like weird, and you might feel like, I shouldn't have to do this. Screw that person again. Now just try it at night. If you have to pull them out, suck it up. You've already been doing that. You've already been having horrible nights. So just try it, and then try it the second night. And then if that little hush starts to make you feel physically like you hear less, that's good. But more importantly to somebody like me is mentally, if you feel like you're taking control of your own life and what you can control, that is going to make you sleep better, a little more possibly. And once you have them, remember your first couple nights, once you have them in there, if it's like that bass sound, doom, 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 you still might be able to kind of hear it, and it still might piss you off a little bit. But get through it, keep trying. I'm sure by the second or third night, you're gonna give yourself a little pat on the back for saying, you know what, I couldn't try Not Just Apartments' wacky be nice to my asshole neighbor method. Couldn't do that, or it didn't work, or my neighbor's too much of an a-hole. But then you can feel good about yourself that you are doing what you can, and there's nothing else in the grand scheme of things that you can do really except what you can. So send out a message or a comment. I don't think I'm gonna get the comments and then see that you wanted the earplugs, but if you send a message, a direct message through the YouTube or Instagram thing, it says, this is my address, I really don't wanna buy these things, but send some to me, I'll try them out. Not Just Apartments and Max Fine Earplugs, we are coordinating to get you a good night's sleep while supplies last. So keep on hacking at it, and honestly, some of you are just bat crap crazy, and I really think you're just destined to have a terrible life reading some of these comments. But if you can be not one of those people, take life into your own hands and do what you can, okay? Thanks so much for watching. God bless and namaste is what I usually say.